Peace, 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 peace. Osio, Namaste, Alafia, Shalom, Hotel, Salam Alaikum, Mahat Halo, Aloha, and all that other good stuff, man. As you come in, honor, allow yourself, be patient enough with yourself to honor yourself in a moment of silence. Allow the frequencies to elevate, expand, expand your frequency and vibration. Didn't that feel good? I don't care where it find you, when it find you, or how it find you. Wherever it find you at, didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel good? And it ain't something that I did for you. I just provided the space. It's something that you did for yourself. But didn't that feel good? And it ain't required nothing, but just you. It ain't required message. It ain't required nothing, but just you. You chose that. I just provided the space, but you chose that. Ain't that something? And yes, you are. You know, I don't know who needed to hear that, man. I came to stir the pot a little bit today. You know, I came to stir the pot a little today. But I want to say um, salute to the people, salute to us, salute to you. If anything I say speak to you, and it's gonna speak to all of us on one side of the mirror or the other, depending on where we at with ourselves. Message. You see, no matter what I say and all I say, it's only gonna meet you where you at with what you processing through what I'm transmitting. So salute to all the people who tired of faking it. Salute to all the people who tired of trying to control what end up controlling them, what end up controlling us. See, myself included, cause the message is not excluded. You hear me? Uh, Salute to all the people who got tired of pretending to be okay when we're not. I want to salute all us kind of people. You hear me? Because we the ones who did something about it. See, we the ones who did something about it from the inside out. From the inside out, cause we never surrendered. You see, so so where in the space that this flag used to be black, this white flag represent the transformation. You see, that we was willing to go through in order to reach ourselves. And hard work is hard work. You see, hard work is hard work. No matter how easy I make it look, others like me, cause I ain't the only one. I'm the only me, but I ain't the only one like me. If you don't listen, you gonna miss it. You hear me? You know. But I wanted to salute us, man. You know, and I wanted to remind us. You know, uh, in this new season, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You hear me? If if you ain't brush winter off, go, you know, go on brush winter off, cause winter over with. Even if the weather don't feel like it, depending on where we are, because winter over with. You see, but the weather don't feel like it where I am. So so what I'm saying is layered. Like I say, it's gonna meet you where you able to meet yourself. And those who've been around already know that. So happy New Year, happy New You. You hear me? Happy New You. You represent the year that you gonna give yourself. You see, the years are taking place in you. The years are taking place in us. You see, and and when we understand that enough to where we overstand that, then we can move in timelessness. You don't listen, you gonna miss it. You see, we can move in timelessness. At least to the point where we affect time and it's not affecting us. You can slow down your aging. You can slow down. You can hear yourself. you know, you can heal yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally. From the inside out. You know, it took a lot to unlearn the noise. I want to honor us. We represent the answer. We represent those before us. So as I honor us, I'm also honoring the ancestors. You see, because it's ancestor business. But I want to honor us because it took a lot to unlearn the noise to remember who we were. See, it took a lot to remember who we were before the world told us who to be. It took a lot to unlearn that. We went through a lot of mess. We went through a lot of things. We've had a lot of experiences. We had a lot of trials. We had a lot of challenges. We went through a lot of obstacles. You know, good, bad, or the other. But it's all according to our judgment. Message. All according to our judgment. Only our judgment make things what it is. So for those of us who caught what I just said, that's the reality and how you can change your reality by changing your judgment on it. You may have to look at it from a different lens to change the judgment that you pronounce on it to do that. But if you are who you say you are, if you the god or goddess or priest or priestess or whatever it is you pronounce upon yourself, to identify with yourself. If you that, then use the power that come with that. Whatever you say you are, if you that, use the power that come with that to transform your reality, your world, from the inner outer, and then be patient enough, and then be patient. We got to be patient enough with ourselves, to because this is important. We got to be patient enough with ourselves to allow the transformation that has happened within to occur in our external reality. We gotta be patient enough, meaning we gotta hold the space. Another way for me to say it, we gotta hold the space until the work that we have done inside appears in our outer reality. Because if not, we'll find out we'll get in the way. I say it's so much. If what I'm saying is missed, it's so much that can happen, and there's so much that will happen. You see that if you heard these words, I'm gonna be the first thing that come back to your mind. You see, I'm gonna be the first thing that come back to your mind. You know, because we still unfolding, and we not all unfolding, no matter where we are. See, we still unfolding, and we going to unfold, and we going to unfold until we leave here. We going to evolve until we we expire with this present timeline. We gonna continue to learn. We gonna continue to face challenges. We gonna continue to go through obstacles. It's by design. But are you the designer, or is it still being designed for you? Another way to say that is, are you still in the matrix, or or are you mastering the matrix that you birthed for yourself to come here and experience yourself as source, but yet as a human being? You know, I'm just a reminder. I'm just a mirror, as well as a reflection, depending on what side of the mirror we on. You hear me? It's all a mirror, you know. Um, but it's an honor to be one of those ones, to to be to be assistance, and connecting us to our own power, you know, you know, connecting us to our own source, to our own oracle, you know, and we gotta know how to recognize it through what we hearing. We gotta know how to recognize it through what we feeling. We gotta know how to recognize it through what we seeing. Cause it's a all light don't look like light, and all dark don't look like dark. You know, so it's a lot of beings appearing as light that ain't, you know, and it's a lot of beings that may look dark and ain't. It's up to you to know the difference. It's called discernment, and it's called intuition. And if we is who we say we is, then we already know that. But like I say, I'm just a reminder, cause I'd rather be one of those. I'd rather be one of those people who lift us up, even if we talk about some very uncomfortable yet needed conversations, or needed things, you know. Yeah, but that's what shadow work do, and all the time it may not sound like that, but discernment, you see, test the spirit by the spirit. That's discernment. See, discernment will let you know the difference. Cause I could have just as well been one of those people that talk about shit that drag us down through hopelessness and closed mindedness, because I refuse to see past my own wounds. But since I ain't one of them people, we could talk about we could talk about the wounds. You see, but we gonna talk about the healing. See, we could talk about the dark. You see, but we gonna balance it with the light. You see, we can talk about this ease. You see, but we gonna hold space in the curve. You see, it's all about balance. You see, it's all about balance. Walk with me. You know. So we're gonna need to know the difference, because it may not sound like it. See, it may not sound like it. So that means you're gonna need to know. All you say you know, that means you're gonna need to know it in order to fill the room, so you can read the room. You're gonna need to know what you say you know in order to fill the room and read the room. Cause we feel before we see. We feel before we see. That's why frequency popping the way it is right now. Whether you conscious of it or not, you feel before you see. Regardless of what clear you might got, we all feel before we see. The body pick up on things way faster, than the mind recognizes sometimes. You know, way before we get the sickness. You know, way before we get to sitting consciously. Pay attention to nature. It'll show you that animals in nature. It'll show you that vibration. You know, they can feel they can feel when danger near before danger near. Frequency. All animals. Any kind of animal. And we just we just the highest animal of the kingdom that you know that go by the more popular term human. You see, but we all here to master the animalistic natures and tendencies within ourselves. You hear me? You know, so it's an honor. It's an honor. You know, to be one of those ones. You know, to be helping us and assisting us to do that, cause and all that we don't learn, and all that we don't been taught, you know. Those of us who got common sense, got enough common sense to know that it ain't no manual. The only manual, the only manual for you is what worked for you. You see, it ain't no one thing fit all. You know, it ain't no one thing fit all, cause everybody don't come from the same walk of life. Everybody don't come from the same situations. Everybody don't have the same situations. You see, and each and every one of us have our own situations. You know, regardless of who we share any situation we have with. You see, it's by design. You know, it's all our situations specifically designed for each and every one of us specifically, regardless of who we share with, cause share it with, because they having their experiences too with the individual and those that they sharing theirs with. So it's one big Charlotte's web. You feel me? Walk with me. You know, we even come from we even come from. It's so deep, and this is things that was on my mind, because we even come from different upbringings and shared experiences within the family dynamic, and still have our own experience in that shared experience, to where even though we're experiencing the same things as a family unit, having the same experience as a family unit, we ain't experiencing the same things within that family unit, and in the collective setting, you know. And we still have, and by way of that, we had an opportunity to come to our own conclusions. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You see? Yeah, man. So stay willing to do the work. Stay willing to do the work. See, cause it's by being willing. You know, it's by being ready to confront self, to look at self. You know, to make some, to do some adapting, to do some adjusting, by 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 accepting, and you know, and admitting. You know, it wasn't nothing outside of me. It was me the whole time. You know, and looking at ourselves in the ways that we need to look at ourselves, cause ain't nobody gon' gonna be honest with us like we can with ourselves. The same way nobody gonna lie to us in the way that we could lie to ourselves. Message, you see. And decide what side of that we want to be on, or how to balance it all, cause 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 a healthy balance with source, with spirit, or whatever you know it as, you know, and the physical and the material is important. A healthy balance with source and the physical is important, because only then do we know, you know, what we gonna do with it. Only then do we know what we're gonna do with it. Cause those that don't still waiting on something. Those that don't still waiting on somebody, something. You see, check. So do it for self, and not in selfishness. But it is a selfish journey. You see, it is a selfish journey. Cause only you can do it for you. It is a selfish journey in that extent. You see, but but it take a lot of selflessness, selflessness to do it from the space that I'm sitting here and doing it from, and I take pleasure in that. You hear me? So it's an honor to be here. I'm knowing that I will be you how you be you. If you haven't by now, smash that like button. You know, happy new moon. Once again, happy new you. You see, represent the year that you represent the year within yourself that it's gonna be to you. In other words, you know, be the example. Be the example of what 2026 is for you. Don't let 2026 speak for you. You speak for what 2026 is and what you do with it. Check. You know. Once again, uh, if you haven't by now, hit the smash that like button. Share the message. Drop a comment if you got it. Drop a question if you got it. Peace in advance to those who just come through to say peace, man. And I appreciate y'all for y'all time, y'all energy, and you know, and your effort to keep doing the work, and by just by showing up, because these conversations, you know, the conversations needed ain't comfortable. You see, so for all that, for once again, for those of y'all that show up, it say a lot about y'all. I appreciate y'all. You hear me? For donations and all of that. I ain't got my phone with me, but I did see a few. But I appreciate y'all, man, for appreciating me. Until we do it again, I'm known as I will be you how you be you. Love, family.